I'm 7 weeks into the DNRS program, brain retraining, and I'm learning so much about myself. I thought I was just going to be working on rewiring my brain. I didn't realize that it was going to impact my entire life and how I think about myself and what my thought patterns are and how I've learned from childhood how to function. One of the things that I'm seeing is there's a part of me that is so optimistic and hopeful and believes in miracles and that anything is possible, especially with God. And I think that's who I really am. But because of a traumatic childhood and different traumas throughout my life that have led to this maladaptive stress response or limbic system impairment, there's a part of me that's afraid to hope, or that's afraid to be happy even, because I'm so used to being let down or disappointed when I've had my hopes up. And I don't want that part of my thinking, for whatever reason it's there. It might just be part of the impairment, but I don't want that to hinder me in growing and making progress in this journey. If you're like me, you've probably tried so many different things to get well. You know, for me, I've mentioned it in some other videos, but you know, all the different diets, paleo and candida and low histamine and low FODMAP and all fruit and juicing and leaky gut diet and all those different things, vegetarian, vegan, macrobiotic, supplements galore, acupuncture, kinesiology, functional medicine, mainstream medicine, homeopathic, and so on. And many times I've been so hopeful when I've started something and I see initial improvement, and then, you know, I think this is it, this is the answer, this is what's missing, and now I'm going to be healthy. And then it all crashes when I don't get healthy. And I get disappointed, and then the next thing comes along and I'm excited again and I think that's the answer, and then that doesn't happen. So yeah, I think that probably gets kind of locked into the brain as well. We create some kind of a pathway where, you know, we're afraid to hope and to really believe that we can get well. But despite that, I do still have hope. And I do believe in miracles. And I do believe that this is possible. And out of all the things that I've tried, because all the other things I've tried were really focusing on symptoms and just healing my physical body, healing my symptoms, making them go away. This is the first time I've ever tried anything that actually targeted my brain and how the brain gets stuck in these trauma loops and patterns, and that if you can retrain your brain and change these patterns and change these neural pathways into healthy patterns and new healthy neural pathways, it can be life-changing. It makes more sense to me than any supplement I've tried that targets one particular part of my body, my gut or whatever. It makes more sense to me than acupuncture. It makes more sense to me than these diets. Because I think I've always known that something was going on at a deeper level that connected right back to the childhood trauma and to the different traumas throughout my life that were very, very stressful and anxiety producing and long term, because I saw my health deteriorate each time there was some kind of a trauma, even the death of my mom or my brother. So dealing with the brain to me makes so much more sense. And so almost 2 months in now, I don't see a huge change yet in the symptoms, but they tell you not to focus on the symptoms, but on retraining your brain. And it takes everybody a different amount of time to see improvements. I don't see a lot of improvement yet physically, but I definitely see improvement in my mood, in my joy level, in feeling more positive. In my thinking. There's definitely a better sense of well-being that I feel. And I am hopeful. It's only been 7 weeks. But there is something happening. I can feel it. And I am believing that retraining my brain is going to make a huge difference in my life. And it's not just positive thinking or wishful thinking or some silly denial or something. I really do feel a difference, and I believe that I am on the right path. So I just wanted to share that today, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels these things. And stay encouraged and stick to the 6-month commitment. And I think it's going to be worth it. It could be a life changer. I believe it is going to be a life changer. And I believe it's happening now under the surface. Kind of like the caterpillar in his cocoon. There's a lot going on in there. Or a baby in the womb. There's a lot going on in there before we ever get to see the results of it. So I guess we should sort of look at ourselves like a caterpillar in the cocoon or a baby in the womb. And we will see the manifestation of what's going on inside at some point. And that will be amazing.